beside me, standing in all black with them shields on post, watching, they all my brothers.
Gold is precious, but loyalty is private. Harm on a man might leave you like wrong.
Egypt again with ships.
With what?
With ships.
How did we get to the Americas?
With fucking ships, dude.
I'm asking you, how did we get to the Americas?
My belief is going to be different from
slavery happened.
Slavery. Transatlantic is different from how we originally got here.
No, okay, all right.
We got here
from the west coast of Africa. From the west coast of Africa, how did we arrive in the Americas?
Certain African slaves.
We went on slave ships, agree? We went on slave ships. All right, read. By the way whereof I spake unto thee,
right,
thou shalt see it no more again. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies. So the Most High says, after we came off those slave ships, we will be sold unto our enemies. What race of people
did that on purpose?
were we sold to when we got off the? And don't be scared to answer. You got to be mighty right now.
Oh, no,
you got to stand up for the Lord. What race of people were we sold to when we got off the slave ship?
We sold to white people, Anglo-Saxon.
Okay, so this will be. Oh wait, this will be a so-called white man, right? This will be a so-called white man.
It was multiple races. In slavery, we sold to Indians. Indians had slaves.
Okay. So this would be so-called white man, correct, right here?
Okay.
So now, if we know that we were sold to our enemies, right, and he is descendant of those people who bought us and sold us, that would make him what?
But that's not true.
That would make him what?
That would make him an enemy.
That would make him an enemy. Now, I'm going to ask you a question. In your wait. In your, how old are you?
I got to counter that. I'm 25.
You're 25. In your 25 years of living, have you seen anything else that would make you say that the white man is your friend?
But the white man is my friend.
I have not seen anything.
I seen a white Muslim. And I seen a white Muslim in the airport, so I can of course say that not in America.
Okay, let me rephrase my question. Has you seen anything in your life that would suggest that the white man is a friend to your people?
That is a friend of my people, never.
Exactly. Never. So we see that the Most High, right, has enemies. Now, this is the thing about it that we have to understand, that these people have done perpetually. Give me Ezekiel 35:5.
Ezekiel 35:5. Because
Read.
thou hast had a perpetual hatred and has shed the blood of the children of Israel.
What did it say?
And have shed the blood of the children of Israel.
Read.
By the force of the sword in the time of their calamity,
right?
In the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, saith the Most High.
So read it from the top again. Read it slowly.
Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred.
It says that the so-called white man has had a perpetual. Perpetual means never ending. Which means from the time, right, that they became a nation and the time that we became a nation, right, there has always been turmoil between the two. So there will never be a time where you will see so-called white people and black people on the majority world scale come together in unity, because God has fashioned us to be enemies to one another. Keep reading.
And has shed the blood of the children of Israel.
Right.
By the force of the sword in the time of their calamity.
In the what?
In the time of their calamity.
In the time of their calamity. So anytime, right, that we're anytime that we are troubled, right? Especially in these times, right? And in the past few hundred years.
In America or the whole world?
I'm speaking in the whole world, because you gotta understand.
You said no white man and you said no white and no black. I gotta make sure I lock my question down. No white and no black groups that ever come into union as a nation.
I said no. I said the so-called black, Hispanic, and Native American people who make up the Israelites, right? And the white people, whatever various nations they may have, Germany, Russia, Scandinavia, Sokovia, whatever. Those two nation of people will never be able to come together and unite, because God Himself has fashioned them to be enemies. They are our adversaries. Because let's say, for instance, right, when we was younger, if I were to start to speak proper, you would say you're speaking what? You're speaking white, right?
I guess
if I was to give you some food that was unseasoned, you would say what? Because they're like a white person, right? Tastes like white people food. When they do certain things, we scratch our head and be like, why would they do that? Right? We would say that's white people food, right? Just to be real. So we see that we're two different people. Now, you may come, right, and you may say, right, that we're friends, right? You may say that guys, I love you, all this and all that, right?
I'm not gonna say any of that shit.
So what would you say? What would you say?
I don't know any of y'all.
Right.
I don't know any of
y'all.
So
now let me ask you. Let me ask you a question. I want you to be honest.
I'll be honest.
Would you rather see white people running the world or black people running the world?
I would like to see black people running the world, honestly, because then I could.
Hey,
then I
he's the most subtle
Hey,
of all the beasts of the field, man.
Wait. Listen to the rest of my answer.
Let's see if you're ready for this.
Listen to the rest of my answer.
Uh-huh.
So then I could blame black people for all the fucking.
Hey, you
shit
see?
that's going
You
on.
see how the devil comes out?
People.
You see how the devil comes
Oh,
out?
you're a
right?
motherfucker.
You see how the devil
You're
comes out? He said the
motherfucker.
only reason I want you to be in power is so that I can blame y'all. Right? So when you're not in power, they blame you. If you was in power, they would blame you. So let's see if he's really sincere. Let's see if he's sincere. Give me this.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 49, verse 23.
Read.
And kings shall be thy nursing fathers.
Read.
And their queens thy nursing mothers.
Read.
They shall bow down to thee.
They shall do what?
They shall bow down to
They
thee.
shall do what?
They shall bow down to thee.
Are you sincerely sorry for the rape, rob, murder, the deception, the lies, the turmoil
Are you
that your
blaming
people
it all on
have done to my people? Yes or no? Are you sincerely
hold on,
sorry?
hold
Yes or
on,
no?
hold on,
Read it again. Read it again. Read it
Hold
again.
on.
We need a
The
new.
book of Isaiah, chapter
on,
49,
hold
verse
on.
23.
Read.
Hold on.
And kings shall be thy nursing fathers.
The thing
Read.
is this.
And their queens thy nursing mothers.
Read.
They shall bow down to thee.
If you are truly sorry for what your people did, you have to bow down right now, man. You have to get on your knees and bow down to your lords, man. No, I don't want to talk. Are you going to bow down, yes or no?
No.
All right, see? Because guess what?
Devil
He
on
has his
three.
7 for 3. 1, 2, 3.
Devil.
Right? Because he's a deceiver of the world. No, brother, you gotta stand. You see? And that's the thing about it. Our people will assume the position of a servant willingly. But they won't. Now, I'm gonna show you something. Give me Isaiah chapter 41. Give me Isaiah chapter 14. Right? Give me Isaiah chapter 14. Because you see, this is the thing. And what's your name again, brother? Sorry. Montage.
Yeah.
You see, they're not going to willingly submit for us to take our rulership back.
Yeah.
So when somebody, if I said, hey Montez, give me something, and you said no, the only option that I have is to do what? Take it, right? I gotta take it. So let's see what has to transpire in order for us to assume our position back into the heavens, man, and back into rulership. Read that.
I'm listening.
Isaiah chapter 14, verse 1.
Read.
For the Most High will have mercy on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel,
Read.
and set them in their own land.
And set them in their own land. Read.
And the strangers shall be joined with them.
He said, and the stranger, the non-Israelites, are going to be joined with us. Now, we just...
But was that like when it's speaking about Israel then and now, when is that when it was, because you know they separated, like it was
Yes,
Judea,
right now,
they
right.
speaking in defense, like politically, that's where I be getting fucked up with my interpretation sometimes, because it be different points of history.
Right.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like,
So I agree with you, but right here it's speaking about the nation of Israel, because if it wasn't, it would just be saying that the northern kingdom, right, which was Israel, would be the only one going back to the land. We know that's not true. We know that the whole nation is going back. So let's read.
And they shall cleave to the house of Jacob, and the people shall take them, and bring them to their place.
Right.
And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Most High,
right,
for servants and handmaids.
For what?
For servants and handmaids.
Was he willing to serve just now? He won't even bow down. Our people, when we was in slavery, we did more than bowing down. Wouldn't you agree? Yeah. Right? Our mothers breastfed their daughters. Right? We used to give them haircuts from creeds. We plowed their land. We took care of their livestock. That's more work than just doing this. Wouldn't you agree? But he didn't even want to do that. So now, the prophecy says that when we go back to our land, we're going to have them for service and handmaids, read.
And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were.
So we were their captives, correct? But now it's going to flip, and they're going to be our captives. So he's going to have way more work than just bowing. If I got to field the oranges, guess who's going to pick the oranges? You think I'm going to send Montez to go do it? No, I'm going to send him to go do it. Go pick those oranges, right? And I need, what they used to have us do, we had to fill the whole bag full of cotton before sundown or something like that. Well, guess what? I need 1,000 oranges in that bag, man, before sundown. Right? And you better, you need enough time to gather the oranges, come back and count them out in front of me.
That's exactly what I was going to when into gathering. So then I
Jump
bring
into
the
verse
question to
21.
you then, well, don't we go up under original sin? Because original man, Cain and Abel, one was a hunter, one was a gatherer, the farmer.
All right,
aren't we supposed to labor our own as a man under he? You get what I'm saying?
No problem.
Watch the plant grow. You feel
Let me just close out this, and then I'm gonna go back to what you got.
That make us just as wrong as them though?
Verse-
we flip it on them.
Read verse 21.
Verse 21.
Read.
Prepare slaughter.
It say what?
Prepare slaughter.
It says do what?
Prepare
It
slaughter.
says prepare slaughter. Read.
For his children.
For what?
For his children.
Read.
For the iniquity of their fathers.
For the iniquity of their fathers. So when they took control of us, they didn't just say, hey guys, you want to get on this boat and come over here and serve us? No. It was a slaughter that took place. They came over here, they slaughtered the North American Indians. They went to South America, they did the same thing to the indigenous people over there. When they got us over here, I wish I could find the clip. There was this clip that showed what they used to do. They used to cut off our limbs, right? Mostly our forearms, right? And then sprinkle food on the ground just to watch us run over there and eat as if we were chickens. That's crazy. And that was fun for them. They used to cut babies. They used to cut babies out of our mother's belly and use them and throw them in the bar and throw them in the thing for gator bait, man. You gotta understand, the Most High, he's seen things that we haven't seen because you were only born 25 years ago. I was only born 30 years ago. But what about all the things that have transpired for thousands and thousands of years? So when the Most High says revenge has to be taking place, we can't look at it from our own understanding. We have to understand that the Most High considers the days of old. Everything that was done unto his people has to be recompensed. Because if you mean to tell me, let's say for instance, they would have caught you with some weed on you. Oh, get that boy 30 years. Yeah, 30 years for a bag of weed? But you came and slaughtered everybody and you get nothing? So if I can't send you to jail, who's going to be able to recompense them? Because we don't have an army, we don't have a military. So the only person who's going to be able to exact revenge on them is the Most High God. Read.
The book of Psalms, chapter 77, verse 5 in the BBE. Right. My thoughts go back to the days of the past.
Right.
To the years which are gone.
With the what?
With the years which are gone.
So the Most High says he considered the old days, man. The things that we didn't, so we talk about slavery, and we didn't really experience it, but we're not experiencing what we're talking about. But just imagine the sheer terror that our ancestors had to deal with. That's something that the most, ain't no smiling, bro. Ain't no smiling. So you got to think about the Most High consider those things. So now,